Welcome to another shave here on the Soap Thing Project. Today is November 21st at the time this video is being released. For my wife Christina and I, that's pretty significant. That makes it our 8th anniversary. It's crazy how time flies. So I just wanted to take a moment to tell my wife Christina, happy anniversary. I love you. I miss you. And this video is for you, beautiful. With all that in mind, let's talk about what we're going to use. I wanted to use something that I knew without a doubt she would like. That's this right here. It's Lothur Grooming White. And this is not available at the moment. It's a razor company exclusive. Who knows if they'll ever make any more of it. It's currently sold out. But it would have been about 20 bucks for 4 ounces. It's a tallow-based soap made in the UK. And let's smell it. Ooh-wee. Now the scent on this is supposed to be inspired by the budget men's fragrance Uomo by Salvatore Ferragamo. And the aftershave is going to be the real thing. Ferragamo Uomo Aftershave Balm. So this was... It's discontinued now, but it was a date night fragrance. And we'll explain why that is and what it smells like during the shave, but it's really good stuff. If you like gourmand type scents, this is the scent for you. It really is. It's good stuff. Okay, the razor is going to be the Merkur 33C 3-piece razor. It is going to have it currently does have a fresh Wilkinson sword blade in it. And for the brush, I'm going to use this brush right here that's been soaking in my brush cup. It's from Shavemac. This is a 22mm 2-band badger. And this is kind of a imitation pearl looking color. Goes well with the rest of the shave, so I figured may as well use that. Okay, let's do a shave. Alright folks, 36 hours growth, the usual amount of growth that you have probably come to expect here on the Soap Thing Project. Now, let's take the Lothur Grooming White and smell it. The scent on this one, I would say, once lathered, is 4 out of 5. But just barely. Just barely 4 out of 5 on the sniffometer. This is the part where I'm going to bitch about Lothur Grooming. With my particular lathering habits, this soap takes a lot of soap to build a lather, and it is quite tedious and time consuming to make a lather with it, and then even when you do, you still don't get that much soap. So, for whatever that's worth, it's not very voluminous once it gets going. So, I would say this is something that what do I want to say about it? It's not that entertaining to lather. There's a lot that has to go into it versus some other soaps. They just explode, and it takes no time and no effort to lather them. Is that enough to make me avoid buying them? Well, I don't know. Because once you get it on your face, it's good to go. But ease of use does matter. And for me, the ease of use on this thing is not impressive, not in the slightest. Now, inevitably, somebody's going to go in the comment section and be like, I've never had any problem with this soap. Well, good for you. Good for you. Keep on using it. But and I've said this multiple times, related to shaving soap and razors and blades and everything else, I refuse to change my shaving habits just to make something work for me, so that you can go to sleep at night feeling satisfied that somebody else likes the same things you like. Sometimes that's not going to happen. Alright, let's do a shave. Okay, we have the Merkur 33C with a Wilkinson sword blade in it right here. Let's do a shave. This is the first shave I've done in a while where I'm using a safety razor. I did the evolution of Gillette cartridge razors, and even before that I was using cartridge razors a lot off camera in preparation for it. So I'm starting things off with a mild combination here. Let me see here. Seems pretty smooth to me. I mean, it's not the smoothest thing ever, but I've had smoother blades, but it's not bad. Wonderful stuff. Okay, let's talk about the scent of this soap. Let me activate the iPhone cheat sheet. And let's talk about the scent. So, the scent notes for Lothur Grooming White. I can't even read it, it's so small. Bergamot, spice notes, tiramisu accord, orange blossom, jasmine, creamy custard, cashmere, woods accord. That's a mouthful. And tonka bean. So, this does kind of have a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's, I'm just going to tell you what I'm experiencing. It's synthetically sweet, because it's a budget fragrance, and so as a result, both the fragrance and the soap that is inspired by it smell kind of cheap and not very well put together. That doesn't make it a bad thing. I love the scent, but it just doesn't smell high quality, and that's not the soap's fault. It's the fault of the fragrance, because it's an inexpensive fragrance. Now, it's not that inexpensive. It's still a decent price, but it's not to the price of like Chanel and Dior and Yves Saint Laurent, things like that. Your typical designer brands. It's nothing like that. So that tiramisu accord really does kind of steal the show. And then we've got these spicy kind of vibes coming off of it. From the orange blossom and the bergamot, it's slightly, and the jasmine, it's slightly citrus floral-ish. There's definitely, you pick up on those kind of vibes coming out of it. It kind of gives it this designer sort of smell, because a lot of designer brands use that even in winter scents, fall and winter scents, which is exactly what this is. Creamy custard, cashmere, woods accord, and tonka bean. So it's just like synthetically sweet, vanilla, slightly woody. I have this actual fragrance back in the States, and my wife loves it when I wear it. So, But yeah, that's about it. That's just it's not super complex. It smells sweet, almost chocolatey vanilla, and floral and slightly citrus. Definitely what steals the show, though, is that tiramisu accord. It's good stuff. Now, the only regrets I have in 8 years of marriage is that I wish I would have gave her a better wedding, because we kind of had to get married in a hurry. We got married on November 21st. Well, 2.5 months later, I went to Turkey. Yes, I have been here before. I am currently on a 24-month tour at Incirlik Air Base in Turkey. Well, about 6, almost 7 years ago, I was here again. I was here in 2016 and 2017 for 15 months. So I am super familiar with the base and all the people that work here. Because we have a lot of civilians who work on base who are Turkish nationals, and those don't change that often. And I am happy to say that I have a healthy marriage after 8 years. And I think that takes 2 things. You need 2 things and 2 things only to make a marriage work. I'm going to make this overgeneralized just for the sake of making a point. Both of you need to want to be there, and both of you need to want to understand the other. You don't have to understand them, but you need to at least want to. As a broad overgeneralization, all marriages fail for one of those 2 reasons. One person or the other either didn't want to be there anymore or didn't want to understand. It's that simple. I'm not saying your marriage is going to be great, but you can make it work if you incessantly stick to those principles. If you don't deviate from those 2 principles, I cannot imagine how a marriage wouldn't work if you really wanted it to. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, Ferragamo Uomo. I'm going to use a lot of it. I tried to convince Christina that we should get married on Thanksgiving Day. That way we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. She didn't like that very much. I just wanted to be able to say happy anniversary to my in-laws and happy Thanksgiving to my wife all at the same time. Wait, scratch that, reverse it. So we got married like a week prior. So I have anniversary, Thanksgiving, and Christmas to look forward to, just back to back to back to back. Good stuff. And I think Christina's going to be surprised what I have sent to her for our anniversary, because she doesn't know I did anything, and by the time she figures it out, it's going to be too late to do anything about it. Okay, let's talk about Lothur Grooming White. Is this something I could recommend for a purchase? I think if it was available and you really like gourmand scents of the designer variety, then this is definitely worth considering. Just as long as you understand that this isn't going to smell like a Creed Aventus dupe or a Bleu de Chanel dupe or like a La Nuit de l'Homme inspired scent. It's definitely cheaper smelling because it's duping a cheaper fragrance. I feel the need to stress that because I have had people smell this and go, that smells like synthetic and cheap. I think it smells fine. I do understand what they're getting, where they're coming from with this, but it is what it is. The soap actually does an almost perfect job of duping the scent of the fragrance. I can tell from memory that this smells really close to Ferragamo Uomo, and it smells almost exactly like the aftershave balm, and so they nailed this. If all you care about is just absolute, like how close it is, this one's pretty close. So, it's good stuff. Okay, that's the video for today. Questions, comments, put them in the comment section of the video. Otherwise, until next time, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Thanks for watching.